All right. Well, good morning. It's morning over here right now, currently live. But if you are watching the replay, it could be morning, afternoon, or evening. But good morning. Greetings to everybody that's here. I'm excited about this class. We have a nice intimate class, so it's going to give you access, just great access to me. And feel free to ask questions because you have me for this time. So I wanted to do the website checklist as a preparation class because when we come together and actually start building the site, well, the site is already built for you. So you're going to receive a template before class. So either it'll be the day before or either the day of. The template's going to be available on your dashboard of the school site. I'll make sure to send out an email where you can just go ahead and you can log into your link and all of that good stuff. But this way, if you have all the information handy, then you're literally dragging and dropping, or you're just copying and pasting. When I created the site, it took me probably, when I created the whole template, it was probably like a good 10, 12-hour process because I just do the most, right? But I wanted it to be something really nice that people would say, I would want to build a site like that. And so that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to show you, I know you've already seen it, but this is ultimately what you're going to be creating. This is kind of the prototype of what you're going to be able to create with the site. Now, of course, I am a graphic designer, so this actual thing right here is a graphic design, but this is the premise of what you'll be able to create utilizing the template that is coming to you. I'm going to show you elements of, how to drag a video behind different sections of the site. And this is a one pager. It's a one pager. I enjoyed it. I personally I wanted a website specifically for the ManFast because it's kind of taking a life on its own. And I wanted a hub where everybody could go and just see stuff about the ManFast. And so initially this started because I was like, let me create something. I didn't want to create a brand new website, but I wanted it to be something where people could go there and then they could connect with me. So when it's all said and done, you're going to have a one pager, but you're going to see where you can link. I'm going to show you how to link everything. So if people are and it's gonna translate well from the computer to the phone. So you'll see where people will be able to click. It's gonna automatically connect. Um, and the cool thing about all of this is that it's right through Canva and it's free. And so I do have a professional account with Canva, but you are able to create utilizing their free program. So actually, I don't know why I came out of this. Let me just go back here. That leads me to the first thing that I wanted to make sure that everybody has is a Canva account. A lot of times they have it where if you create your account, they will give you so many days for free. So if they do have a free trial, feel free to maybe get that a day or two before class. That way you can take the most of that free trial that comes with it. Honestly, I've been with Canva for so many years. I don't even know how much I pay anymore. I think I pay like 12 or $13 a month. It's something like that. But I use it literally every single day. I use it every single day. And people have been asking me for a really long time to to teach them how to maximize Canva and to use it. And now I'm just finally learning how to do that. Let me take my bracelets off because they're making noise. I personally like noise, but it's not great when you're doing a recording. Um, Let me see here. So Tina says, if you operate a nonprofit, you can have a professional Canva site for free. Oh, I love that. And so I know a lot of you that have signed up for this class, you do own a nonprofit. That's great. You know what? I need to switch some stuff over so I don't have to pay for anything. So that's good. So thank you, Tina, for letting us know that. So if you own or operate a nonprofit, you are able to have a professional Canva site for free, or the Canva account membership for free. To me, it's worth it if you think you're going to be trying to do different things, especially if you think you're going to be taking more classes through here. I'm going to be teaching everything. We have more classes coming up, how to create a media kit and just different things like that. So Canva is really, really good if you're wanting to be able to create professional looking stuff, but you don't necessarily want to pay somebody to do it. Or again, maybe you're taking classes with Dr. Hall and you're learning how to do those things on your own. So again, the first thing that I want you to do is to make sure that you have your Canva account. The second thing, and actually I'm going to spend a lot of time right on the prototype site. I'm going to spend a lot of time on here so that you know what I'm talking about. So the other thing I want you to do, the second thing is get your buy link already populated, already just put aside. And so you already have this checklist. So I think I have this going directly to Amazon. So if you have your book on Amazon, just make sure that you go over to Amazon, that you already have the link copied and pasted in that space so that when it's time for us to link that, then you're able to do it. When you're on Amazon in particular, if you own the book, not if you are part of an anthology. If you're part of an anthology, you don't want to link people to the Amazon website because the money, it's going to go to the main publisher of that book, and you won't see those proceeds. Okay. So, but if you do own your book, you own the full copyright and it's under you on Amazon, all you have to do is click this little button here and it gives you a nice little fun, a shorter link, as you can see that, right? And if you already just have that, just throw that in your checklist, just have that pasted in your checklist. Then when we are linking the words buy now to that, then you'll be able to just copy and paste it. It just makes everything a lot faster for you, okay? Let's say that you're part of an anthology and you are needing a link. In that case, it would be advantageous for you to either link people to a paypal.me where people can pay you for it. You can have a separate Jotform that you've created. Some people use Square, where Square, you can actually, Square has it where you can have a product and then you can link directly to the product. But you want to be able to push people somewhere where you can get their money. All right. If you decided not to do any of those things and you want to say to somebody, hey, just send me a Cash App, you're more than welcome to do that. I'll tell you, the hard part is you're having to collect their information. So you're finding yourself having to collect, what is your address and all of those things. But if you have a link for them to go to, all of that stuff is already created for you. The third thing that I wanted to talk to you about is your headshot. So you're going to want to have a good picture. You want to have your headshot already ready. Let me, you know what? I'm sorry, y'all. The bar that, the toolbar for Zoom, it's always in my way. It's annoying. So the reason for that is this right here. This actually was a headshot. And what I'm going to show you is how to remove the background from your headshot so that you're putting it right here in this section, in the About the Author section, okay? So you're going to want to have a headshot. As you can see, this is more than a headshot. I would almost call this a 3/4 length shot. There's actually some of my body that's presented in here. Headshots typically are just covering the head, possibly part of the neck. I like seeing shoulders and some body and what have you. All of that stuff works great because it just gives you more to play with. Your headshot, don't have your head cut off. Because if you have the head cut off anywhere, and a lot of us like to do that in selfies, but so let's say you do take a selfie that you like, that you think is really, really great. If the head is cut off, it's going to be cut off right here. So when you take the background, like your head's not going to magically appear. Also, a lot of photographers, it's just some of their styling. They will take pictures and they will zoom in really, really nicely. I mean, I love the pictures. I think they're beautiful. I know Tina, we did a photo shoot going on 2 years now. Man, I can't believe that. That's crazy. But it's going on 2 years now, and we had some really incredible shots that came through. And some of those, the photographer, some of her was cut off, some of her arm was cut off, and all of those things. So when you're picking your picture or pictures that you're considering, consider one where you're going to see all of you. That's if you want this type of look. Now, let's say you don't have that picture and you're going to want to put a picture here with a background. That's your prerogative. But if you're trying to create something like what you see here, I'm going to teach you how to just drag that picture from your Canva, plop it in here. We're going to remove the background and boom, it's going to be there. Okay. So you want to have a good headshot. If you don't have a professional headshot, go somewhere with really great lighting. If you have to do it inside of the house, make sure that you're against a white wall with nothing behind you. So this right here, it's not necessarily going to work well because when you go to remove the background, I love it. See, Zoom even agrees with me. So, when you go to cut out the background, there's probably going to be pieces of the flowers, probably some of this picture here, this canvas here. So the best thing to do is to get on a completely white wall, and you want to have good lighting. You want the lighting to be in front of you. So you can see me, I'm very well lit. The rest of my room is actually pretty dark in here, but I have a ring light and it's in front of me. A lot of people make the mistake of putting lights behind them. And what that does is it will create really a blind spot over you. It's going to make you look darker. So you need the light facing you. This is if you don't have professional pictures and you need to do this on your own. You need somebody to take a picture for you. Then do that. Go outside in natural lighting. Try to find a place where there aren't a lot of objects. I will tell you that this particular picture here, I actually was outside. It was a professional photographer. We were outside, and luckily when I removed the background, it removed very clean, but that doesn't always happen. But this was great. So I was like, well, we're using this picture. I love it. Okay. I'm like, people don't see me in a ponytail much, so y'all gonna get this ponytail. All right. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is your bio. Now, here in this section, this is just a very short bio. It's less than 50 words. I actually think it's exactly 49 words. And then, of course, I say visit Tamika online because I have a fuller website. Again, this was for one book. I very possibly will do things for, different books that I have coming out because some people don't care about all the other stuff I do, right? Some people right now specifically want to talk about the Man Fast. And I was like, I'm going to give you what you want. Okay. Because I have the Man Fast, I have a podcast, I have a Bible study community. And I wanted people to have access to all of that at their fingertips. Okay. So your bio, 50 words or less is what is going to fit in this space. So make it really good. Pick out the parts that would make people want to buy your book. Okay. And so you'll want to get that together. Have that, put that in your checklist. So again, when we're working through it, all you have to do is copy and paste it. And then you'll be able to play with the different fonts, the different colors, and all of that stuff. You'll be able to spend more time doing that, but you'll be able to, while we're in the middle of the live class, if there's a question, hey, Doc, some of you may not want the edges to look like this. You may want the edges to be completely flush to the end. So you might say, hey, Doc, how do I do that? You're going to want to have that so that during the live class, I can answer that question for you. Because sometimes you don't know what question you have until we're in the middle of class. Okay. So there's that part with that. This class today is not going to last long. As you guys can see, I'm dressed to go to the gym. After we're done, I'm going to go and sit by the water and read my Bible and stuff. So it wasn't my desire to keep you for a very long time. But I'm so glad that you're here because I just wanted to go through this with you. The next thing I wanted to talk to you about is the about the book section. This is your synopsis, okay? So that is what you wrote to put on the back of your book. That's easy. Or it could even be a portion of that. So if you were to look on the back of the Man Fast, it actually is a little bit longer than this, and I'll end up showing you what I did. But about the book, it's just simply your synopsis, boom, right here. And then also you're going to want to have your book cover image. Just the front cover is going to flow nicely. You'll be able to drag and drop it there. This is a 3D graphic that I already have for you. That's going to be right there on the template. And I also have this iPad holder that placeholder that's going to be there as well. So all you're going to be doing is dragging and dropping your picture right into these places. You don't have to finagle these if you don't want to, and all of that stuff. As you guys can see, I wanted to add some little razzle dazzle. So I have this moving, the clouds behind there. I'm going to show you how to add a video if you decide that you want to do that. Or if you don't want the video there, I'll show you how to take out that color. So it's going to be a lot of fun during the class, but you're going to want to have the book image and you want to have that book synopsis at your fingertips. Part of the reason why this took me so long is because I didn't know how I wanted the site to be designed. And so I was doing this as I was going along. So that's why I said, let's do this class so you have everything right there. The next section, I have a quote here. Okay. So pick your favorite quote or something that you wrote inside of the book. It maybe could even be one of your favorite sayings. This right here, I think it came from within my book, but it's also something that I say. You know, bury yourself so deep in God that the next man who enters your life has to go to God to find you. People will automatically assume, okay, this is something that's inside of the book. So make sure that it's attention grabbing. And, you know, and short. Now you'll be able to make the words bigger or smaller, but the shorter quotes create a bigger impact just because we're in a microwave society, you know? People don't want to read a whole lot. Okay? The next section, this is a peek inside of the book. Now, this may feel extensive. This may be one of the most extensive parts of your website, but not really, right? So this is a peek inside. So this right here, this section right here, where it says prayers of healing and deliverance, devotion scriptures, et cetera, all of this right here was also part of my synopsis, right? But I wanted to give people, okay, what are 4 things that you will learn when you read this book, or 4 things that you're going to encounter in this book? And luckily, I already had that on the back cover on my synopsis. So I just put that here. So a peek inside. Well, if you get this book, you're going to get prayers of healing and deliverance, devotion scriptures, and a prayer journal, reflection questions, healing activities. And then because my synopsis, the way it was written, I just threw this in here on the bottom. Okay. You may not have 4 things. I just happen to have 4. So when we're actually working, you'll be able to delete these out. Even if you don't want to do this part, you don't have to. You'll be able to take out these words as well. But I put on my PR hat. So you guys, this website was built with as a publicist. So for me as a publicist, it was built with me in mind and me thinking about your customer, as well as if somebody wants to interview you, they're going to come here and they'll be able to pull questions very quickly. Okay. So as you can see here, we actually have 4 different elements over here when it comes to the images that you see. You see your front cover. That's where your front cover, we're going to just drag it here. We also see the iPad image. And I have a screenshot of the inside of the book. And then these are actually 2 different pages that I took screenshots from inside of my book to add here. Right? So this will be where either you want people to see it or you don't, right? If you don't want to have the inside of the book there, you don't have to. We'll actually be able to delete this out. But if you have multiple pages that you can show, it's just fun for people to be able to see it. Okay? Even if you wanted to, you could even have the same page here as right there, you know? But in the beginning, or, you know, if you're trying to prepare for this, you can easily take screenshots right from your phone. Actually, you can take screenshots of the pages that you want to use, because a screenshot is going to come as a JPEG. It'll create itself as a picture image for you. Okay. And then as you can see here, we have where people will buy the book, and that's where you're going to want to have that link again, and you'll be able to connect that link there. Okay. So you're going to want to have here 3 to 4 things that people will encounter when they're in your book. And you're going to want to have, if you choose to, at least 3 images from inside of your book. and they can be different pages. These are honestly 3 different sections. These 3 pages do not coincide with each other. But I wanted people to see the reflection. I wanted people to say, well, what's that right there? But I liked my graphic here, right? And then I wanted people to see a prayer of forgiveness and trust. I was okay with people seeing that, blowing it up and reading it, because the way I feel about it is you need to be praying to forgive anyway. So I was okay with giving that information away. Okay, that's the way I thought about that. Let's go to the next section. Reader reviews. What readers are saying. Now, if you already have your book on Amazon and people have posted reviews, just snatch the reviews from there. Some of the reviews you may have to chop down because some people, which is amazing, they will write a whole paragraph. So you just pulled the best one out. I mean, you just pull the best part out of it that you really want people to read, because it's going to draw them to the book even the more. So luckily I was able to just go to Amazon and pull these reviews from there. But I'll also tell you, I had to ask people too, because I was like, man, I have all these people that are buying the Man Fast and people are not reviewing the book. So some people that I knew actually had the book, I went to them and said, hey, listen, I'm building my website for this book. I really need for you to post a review. And, well, can you please write a quick review, right? And so they wrote a quick review. And then I said, this is amazing. Would you mind posting this on Amazon? Because it helps me, it helps the algorithm of my book on Amazon. You guys see how that works there, right? So get those ahead of time. Let's say your book hasn't even come out yet, because I know some of you, your book isn't even out yet, and which is amazing. By the time your book is out, you're already going to have the site ready, and it's just going to be a matter of publishing it. So you're ahead of the game for yourself. This is awesome, right? You can send people a portion of your book. You don't have to send the whole entire interior of your book. You can just send a portion of your book, maybe a chapter, a couple of pages. You can ask people, hey, would you mind writing a review just based off of what you've read? Okay. If you are part of an anthology, and that is the book that you are highlighting on this site, if that book already has reviews on Amazon, snatch them. You're part of that process. You're part of the anthology. So you are allowed to utilize those reviews to promote the book as well. The only thing about Amazon that you're not going to do, you're not going to put that Amazon link on your site for the anthology. No, we're not doing that, because you won't get those sales. Okay. But the reviews, those are yours. Let's say you are part of an anthology and that's the book that you're highlighting, but maybe you want reviews specifically about your chapter. Well, go to people that you know that have read your chapter and say, can you do me a favor? Can you give me a review just for my chapter? And then help out everybody else and say, okay, this is great. Go on over to Amazon and just post this for me real quick too, right? But that's the good thing. Now I want to show you, as you can see here, now, because of the nature of my book, The Man Fast, some people don't care. They're like, girl, use my information, use my name and all of that stuff. But I just chose to keep their identities concealed. You know, this was actually the person, if you go to Amazon, you'll see that this is their handle with their review. With others, I think maybe for the most part, I think if they had their full name, I just put their initials, and that's what I did. But again, that was because of the nature of the book. You know, if this is a children's book or something, it's not necessarily a sensitive topic, put their whole name down if they're okay with that, right? So, you know, you can kind of determine what it is that you're going to do when it comes to that. I'm just looking at my notes. Sorry, y'all. For my birthday, I bought a brand new, completely extra phone case.
That is gorgeous.
Thank you. It's so extra. My daughter came home last night. She was like, this phone case. I was like, girl, I know. So I just have my notes here, but it's making noise. So I do apologize for making noise, y'all. I wanted to make sure that I get through the main things. Now I'm going to skip past some of these extras really fast, and I'll come back to those. Okay. I want to hit the main topics that are on your checklist. Now, this isn't on your checklist, but since we're here, let's talk about it. Other books. So let's say you are part of other projects, like Lisa, I know that you have your children's book that's coming out, but you're also part of other anthologies and stuff. So I did include a section where you are able to take that front cover and boom, you can parlay that right here, okay? If you don't have any other books, it'll be very easy. I'm going to show you how to delete this section out, okay? So you don't have to worry. If you don't have things that are in the template, that are part of this template, that's okay. You'll be able to delete the whole section out. It'll be really, really simple to do that, okay? But I literally built it and I was like, listen, if you want to build your site to look exactly like mine, I'm going to give you everything that I have on here, okay? And these are just some fun pictures because why not, okay? But this is a section I wanted to come to. I want you to assume that people are going to want to talk to you and they're going to want to get more information about you to either come and speak, for them to interview you, or to even, have you on panels, to put your book in a bookstore. Just assume that. Don't assume that people don't want to hear from you. They do, right? So for press, bookings, and contact, have your information here. If you have a phone number that you don't mind people having, you can list that here too. I do have my business line. I really do have like too many weirdos that try to contact me through the business line. And I just don't do that to myself. So, for me, the main thing is I have my email address here. I have my main website. I have the Academy website here. There's other things that I could have put here. Like you can add social media to this part if you would like to. To be honest with you, I think I just was over it and I didn't feel like posting. I didn't feel like putting anything else there. I was just kind of over it because I told you I took a Saturday and for like 10 to 12 hours, I was like, let me figure out how I want this to look. By the time I got here, I just think I was over it. So, your social media handles are good to go there, all of that stuff. So just have that stuff handy so that you're not like me and you're like, man, I don't care. Right? Okay. I want to go back to the extras really fast. This right here, subscribe to newsletter. If you have a newsletter service that you use like MailChimp, then you would just make sure that you have a link for people to sign up for your newsletter. If not, you'll be able to delete this out, okay? Let me scroll back up so I can hit a couple of these extras for you. So this is where I stopped initially. This right here is for if you have additional things that you want to share with people, right? Again, for me, I wanted people to know that there's the podcast, that there's the community on Facebook, and that there is Bible study. Now, I'll tell you, with this one, I had people sign up for the newsletter because I personally don't give out the Bible study Zoom link. I don't just give that out there because of the nature of the ManFast podcast, the ManFast Bible study. It's a Bible study and it's almost like a support group a lot of times. So I don't want just anybody to have it. You have to be part of the community or the newsletter to get access to that. And I figure if you take the extra step to be part of the community and, and you take the extra step to be part of the newsletter, then you deserve to have that link, right? But this is for if you want to add different things to just kind of expand yourself, right? It doesn't have to be even related to this. Maybe you want to put, go to my main website. Like maybe that would be here, right? You know what I mean? Tina, I remember you did a walk for sexual abuse or what have you. Maybe if that was happening, you would put something like that here. You know what I mean? Lisa, I know that at some point you may either be doing a support group or gatherings or something, right? Even if you do a Bible study around grief or whatever, maybe you want to put that here. If you don't have anything for this section, that's okay. I'll show you how to either delete it and or hide it. So there are sections that you'll be able to hide and come back to later, okay? So don't think like, oh, if I don't have this, Dr. Hall's going to tell me to delete it and I'm not going to ever be able to do it again. No, there's a way for you to hide it until you're ready to use it. Now, one thing I do want to point out, there's another picture here of me. And again, this was a picture and I just removed the background. So if you have more than one picture that you may want to use in some places, just have those already uploaded into your Canva site. And I can show you how to do that next week. That's not hard. and you're savvy, you'll be able to figure it out too. But just make sure that you have those things handy. Okay. The other thing I wanted to show you is inspiration. I post a lot of videos. Y'all know you get inundated with all of them, right? And so I literally have these phone frames in your template, so that if you do have videos, like let's say you released, 90-second videos on Instagram, you'll be able to just drag and drop those right here. Okay. And I have it already set where, so if people would literally have to click on it in order to hear it. Okay. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. Yourself to heal. Okay. So that's under inspiration. Again, if you don't have it, I'll show you how to hide this section and or delete it. Okay. I also had a section for press. I had, God's bless, I've had a number of interviews and being featured. And y'all know how I am. I will take, and this is just a good nugget for you. If you're being interviewed, even if it's part of the anthology process, right? For those of you that are part of my Unbreakable anthology, make sure that you are snagging portions of your interview, because you're being interviewed. All of that is prime real estate. Start resharing that stuff so that you can share with people that you've been featured and all of those things. If you've been featured in a magazine, you'll be able to take snippets of that and you can post that in here too. Okay. And I believe that that was all of the extras that I wanted to talk about. Let me just see here. I want to make sure, I want to see if there are any questions. I see some comments that I missed. Oh, nice. Lisa says she's developing a podcast now. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I love it. That's all that I needed to talk to you about. So you all just talk to me. Do you have any questions about anything that I've shared, how to get that stuff, anything?
So you remember how you interviewed us on the past anthology project? Do you still have recordings of those? I could use those on my website. I probably still have them somewhere.
Was that with Robin?
Yes, Robin and Denise Emerson. That's who I was trying to remember. Remember her?
Oh, I interviewed y'all?
Yeah. Well, we had a author meetup. It was on Zoom.
Was I in charge of that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? So,
She does so much.
but you are so busy, Dr. Hall. I know.
Yeah, yeah.
What, so this was under Denise's, was this under
Yeah.
Denise's book?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'm just, because I'm trying to figure out if I would have that. Did I go on StreamYard? Do you know?
Yeah, no, it was I don't honestly I don't remember. It was a Meet the Authors.
I'll look.
Yeah.
I'll look. Because all that stuff always streams to my YouTube anyway.
Yeah.
So I'll look. I'll
You
look.
did it for me and Robin. I mean for Denise and Robin. Yeah.
Okay.
And I know the magazine I guess is coming.
It's coming. Yeah, so
Yeah,
you'll have that too. Yep.
So yeah, I saw
Okay.
that. Okay.
Thanks a lot for putting me on the spot, Lisa.
No, I don't.
When you have a moment, Dr. Hall, can you check and see that you did finally receive my magazine interview? I feel like I did finally.
Yeah, I believe I saw it.
Okay, I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. Also, just starting from the bottom, the video, like I have done posts on social media about sexual assault and all these other kind of things. So when you say have that link available, hopefully I still have it in my phone. Sometimes I keep it in my phone, but other times, once the phone gets too cluttered or whatever I posted on social media, I know it's there forever, so I don't go back and get it. But if I find that I don't have it on my phone, should I just re-record it on my phone from how it appears on social media?
Okay, so let me show you how to do this.
Okay.
Now, so this is
and if it can wait till next week, that's fine.
No. This is fine. Okay, so I'm going to show you. Let's say go to Instagram. Now, I know y'all like Dr. Hall is doing the most, okay? But it's all right. I'm going to show you guys how to download video from your Instagram.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'll just make sure I'll probably kind of create a form or something where you guys can just have this. So let's say here, all right, you would click on the video that you want. Okay.
Mhm.
You click on the 3 buttons up top
Mhm.
and you go to copy link.
Okay.
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 Now I use this site all the time and it's called snapinsta.app. Okay.
What?
Yeah. Snapinsta.app. I'll make sure to post this on the dashboard, okay? All you have to do is paste the link here,
Mhm.
okay?
Mhm.
And then you click download. You get all this mumbo jumbo, because it's free, but you're just inundated with advertisements.
Mhm.
And so then it spits it out for you here and you just click download again and it will download to your computer device.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
so that's how you have that. So because we talked about that, I'll actually probably chop this portion out of the video and make it its own separate thing and then have the link for you right there on your dashboard. But that's how you can do that. And again, shorter is better, but I'll even show you guys, like, if I do find the full interview that you're talking about, Lisa, like maybe you want to just have that full video there. You're able to do that too. But short and sweet is great. Short and sweet is great for people. Because again, this is a snapshot and we just want people to be, all in your grill. Good question.
One more.
Yes, ma'am.
So when I take photos from the book interior, it, so I should take, well, let's just say 2 or 3, right? You said 3 photos from anywhere in here. And then just have them, see what I'm probably gonna do, because stuff is all over my phone. I think I'm gonna like make a folder or something on my phone to put everything in it that we're gonna need for next Saturday.
Now,
Because
if I may, I would suggest everybody doing this from your computer. When we are building this, build it from your computer. So even if you're downloading everything on your phone, upload it to your computer. That way you can upload it in, or even if it's on your phone and you upload it to your Canva, that's fine. But it'll be easier for you to see how to do everything on your computer. I
okay.
know a lot of people do stuff on everything else. I am old school. Like the computer just works great. It's a bigger screen, bigger canvas, and you actually see it for what it actually is.
Yes, and I will be working directly from my computer, but for me, I'm just one of those little people. I gotta have 1, 2, 3. So I just got to know it's all there. And then that is what will be in the computer. So as we go down the list, I'll have everything correct. Now, as far as the buy link, I'm pretty sure, I think I know your answer to this question. So yes, normally tons, gazillions of people order from Amazon. But if I wanted to direct them elsewhere for the buy link, I could, right? Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, because sometimes, I mean, for me, a lot of times I'll just direct people to Amazon because I don't want to have to worry about shipping out books.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
But some people really love that process. And if you want to ship out the book, then do it, especially if you're going to add little extras in there. I need to do better about that. Like, I think the next book that I launch, I'll do something like that so that I can have the fun of,
I know for me specifically, I wanted to drive more traffic to possibly Barnes and Nobles or
Okay.
Walmart.com, the other places. I forgot what other places, and Books A Million, I think, is where my book is available. So that never picked up a lot of traffic, even from the initial launch. And so that's probably something I may or may not.
But you actually you'll see how you can create multiple links. So let's
Okay.
say you want to do, you could actually create, let me go here just so you can see it. Sorry, it's still on this screen. Let's go back to, sorry. Okay. So as that's loading up, you actually could have multiple buttons. So you could
Okay.
have multiple buttons. You could have a button that says Amazon, a button that says Walmart,
Yeah, that's
one
right.
that
I've
says
seen
Books
that.
a Million. Yeah, you can do all of that if you want to. I just didn't feel
Okay.
like it. And that's just me being lazy. I'm just telling you. Like I didn't feel like
Okay.
because the reality is most people love shopping from Amazon
Yeah.
because they like the Prime. But there are
Yeah.
some people who are against Amazon. Like I actually know people. I'm like, girl, I understand how you feel, but I'm gonna get this stuff tomorrow. So just be upset, you know.
I know,
So,
right?
so you do have people that love Walmart and they love Barnes and Noble and Books a Million and all that. But whether they shop there or not, it's still cool to show that your books are there. I
Yeah.
just was lazy and didn't feel like it.
Okay. I think that you said something and now it just went out of my head, but I think that is mostly it for me. Now, I'm assuming that everybody has the same Canva, right? Whether or not
Mhm.
I'm on the pro platform or not. So when you click something next week, I'll be able to immediately follow you. You know how I can be slow. So I'll be able to immediately follow you and click the same thing, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, the way I designed the template is for those who maybe don't have the pro.
Okay.
So I think all of the elements that I use, like, all those, like the book
Mm-hmm.
template, that's
Mm-hmm.
why it looks like that. Now, y'all have seen my 3D templates. You've seen the way
Mm-hmm.
they look. They don't necessarily look like that. Okay. But I wanted to make it Canva friendly.
Mm-hmm.
And I use other software to create the 3D that you often see. And I didn't want to get into all of that with the class. I wanted to keep it really, really simple.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. That's kind of like what last thing that came to mind. So for images that you've already sent to us,
Mhm.
I should have available already. I just want to make sure I have everything that you sent that we're going to put in there, which would be the initial, no, not the initial promo for the book, the promo for, shoot, the promo for when we actually, I don't know. Tell me how many promos or whatever you sent to us that I need to have. Make sure I got them in the right folder to just click and drag.
So the fun thing is everybody that signed up for the class right now, I've worked on your books. So um I sent you a whole bunch of book covers this morning just so that they were at your fingertips. I inboxed them to you on Facebook just so that they're at your
Oh,
fingertips, just
Facebook.
the front cover.
Okay.
Um and I did it for those that are part of the Unbreakable. I went on ahead and I sent you that. Lisa, I'll make sure to just send you the front cover of of the books that you've been on. So which one were you on with Denise? Was it the letters to my sister?
Yeah, that
So
is to my sisters, yeah.
yeah, so I have that and I have the one with Robin, and we're still working on the book. It's gonna be coming out soon. So of course she'll have that also. Cause I was just like, rather than making y'all go through all of your emails, I was like, it's at my fingertips. I'll just go ahead and send you your covers. Right?
That's why I asked that
Yeah.
question. I was
I'll
like,
just
where
send it
do
to
I
you.
gotta go to pull
Now,
this one from?
Now, if you do have the 3D images, and even when you've worked with other people, oftentimes I would send the 3D images. So hopefully those people sent that to you. If you have those, you can use those. I don't care. When I send them to you, I do it so that you have access to them and you can design with them. But like I said, I just wanted to kind of keep this really user friendly. If you do have those 3D images, I can show you how. I'll show you during the class. I'll show you how to put those in there. You just got to let me know
Okay.
if that's what you're using. So yeah, good
All
question.
right, that's it for me. I'll ask for prayer in advance because you know how I can be.
It's just
Take
so
me
funny.
15 gazillion hours to do one daggum thing. That's if you notice, I haven't even been on social media a lot lately. I've
Yeah,
had
I
things
just figured you were
going
busy.
on, but mainly because I keep trying to create things and then I get stuck and I say, forget it, you know?
Hilarious.
Mhm.
Well, so this is another reason why I was like, let's have the prep class
Mhm.
because that way next week you're actually working with me. You're actually working with me. So yeah.
I'm gonna be dependent upon Lorraine down there all quiet. She know me. She my girl. She know, woo, she knows so many little tricks. Girl.
Hilarious. I love it. 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 Are there any other questions?
So that like if we don't like say for videos, if we don't have any videos, we can always add it later if we
Yep.
yeah, okay. Because I'm not a real presence on Facebook, but I think
You
from
need
where
to.
you're about
You're gonna start getting there. I'm
from
gonna
where
push
you're
you.
about to take me, I need to be ready to have video.
I'm gonna start pushing you. Yeah, because it'll be good anyway.
Yeah, I know.
You know, y'all. So if you haven't started doing videos and stuff, y'all start doing them. Even
I
even
know.
even if you do that little 60-second recording and you're
Okay.
posting it, yeah, get on there because it just helps to drive. It helps people know who you are,
Okay.
and which is going to drive them to want to go to your website anyway. You know what I mean? So Lorraine says she needs to get some pictures. Yes, beautiful lady.
Yes, I do.
Yes, beautiful lady. Like we need some pictures, you know. But again, the
Yeah.
great thing about this is we'll be working with the template. You're going to have access to the replay, right? So you'll always have access to that too. But I really love it when people can work it with me and not just watch me do it, because I promise you, you're not going to just remember it.
Mm.
And you may not even want to watch the full replay. You know what I mean? So do it with me, you know, do it along with me. And then actually, it should run pretty smoothly next week. If you have all.
And Tina, I'll be right here for you because I love
You better
Canva.
be. And we're gonna talk right after this too, because I got something else for you. So I
Okay.
got another question, Dr. Hull. Last question.
Yes. Uh-huh.
You just, because you do so many things, and sometimes I forget how wonderfully talented and awesome you are. So do you or have you ever published graphic novels? Or is that the right terminology?
Not yet, and that's just because nobody's ever done them, but I absolutely can because I do children's books, I've done cookbooks, so it's
Okay.
really nothing different. Yeah.
Because I want I Count the Dark as a graphic novel.
Oh, fun. Okay.
Okay. So let's talk about that.
Yeah. I
Okay.
love it. Tina
And-
always
and
does.
I
Oh, Tina,
what?
make sure that you have your stuff for the poem that's
Yes,
available that you never told people about.
I know.
Girl, what's wrong with you?
And I still get charged by DistroKid.
Like once a year,
You know
don't you?
what? I need to have that as a little snippet.